Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is SilverHyena. I hope you know this by now. Good. Anyways, what I have going for today's video is following that trend of just inks lately I've been on. I have some Royal Langnickel Essentials. Apparently this is essential acrylic art ink. And I am curious to compare it to the Bombay India ink. So, what am I waiting for? I'm just gonna get started. And I thought ahead. I cut the tape before I started filming. Big brain moment. Oh, look at that. Oh, and look at what we have here. We have a pamphlet. Ooh, let's see. So you got what is acrylic ink, painting. Oh, you can drip it. Oh, and paint pouring. I would love to try paint pouring one of these days. Right now, just in my current living situation, since I'm in a rental, I don't think that pouring a bunch of potentially permanent substances all over the place is such a good idea, but it's something I want to do eventually. Yeah, so you got all sorts of information on what you can do with this. Oh, and this is actually really nice. They include cleanup tips. Because the Bombay India ink, I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed these palettes and I was not able to get all of it out. So it's like the India ink was very messy. So this is good. Okay, and you can use water to dilute them. Like, we're learning stuff here. My channel is very educational. So, there we are. Only got 6 colors in this set. So as you can see, it's kind of separated because it's been in my closet for way too long. Let's just... Oh, look at that. Quick drying, permanent, water resistant. However, I don't see anything about light fastness. Those Bombay India inks were light fast. I'm not seeing anything light fast here, so keep out of direct sun. Alright. See here. I do like, though, that all of these caps have the dropper, though. I like the, it's just easier to control. So you got yellow, red, blue, green, black, and white. So very basic set, but you know what? Since I don't really know what exactly I'm doing here, that's probably a good thing. And why did I put that back if I was just gonna pop it out again? Wow. Well, they packaged it up good. Anyways, I'm gonna pop the rest of these out, set up my palette, and we're gonna get to swatching. Alrighty, so here are the swatches. Very nice, bold colors. I will say that that white, it did pick up some of the residual mess that I couldn't scrub out of that palette. But maybe when I go to wash the palette, I'll try the techniques suggested in the pamphlet that came in this kit and see if that works. Okay, so I have to say that these colors, they do look very nice. Here is the Bombay India ink again for comparison. And I think that these ones are actually lighter and more watercolor-y, I'm gonna say. Is that a word? Well, it is now. And these ones, like, it is more like acrylic paint. I mean, like, these are acrylic inks, after all. But like these have a more, these are more transparent and these are more opaque, especially that black. But like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's all good. It's all good. That's why we like to try different art supplies on this channel. And while I let this sit and dry, the green kind of ran into the white some more and kind of did its own little thing off camera. Alrighty, well, one thing that I want to do before I start an actual illustration is I want to move this aside so that it won't make a mess or anything. I'm going to get out another sheet of this cheap watercolor paper that I really don't care about all that much, which is why I'm just trying to use it up without wasting it, which is why it's kind of becoming my swatch paper. I'm gonna leave this underneath to catch anything because, like I said, I don't really care too much about it. But what I want to do is try out that dripping. I think I'm going to use the 3 basic primaries, just because, you know, on top of everything else, I'm getting some Instinct, Valor, and Mystic vibes. Pokemon Go fans will understand. Alright. So let's just some of that. I'm trying to go fast. See if this was a good idea or not. Alright, and whoa, whoa, whoa. This is getting a little out of hand. Not quite what I had in mind, but oh wow, this is turning into mud in a hurry. And I'm trying not to get too much of a mess on my table at the same time. I probably should have put down some newspaper because this is... wow, this is just... It's become a complete muddy disaster, but I'm having fun. Okay, so here is my abstract masterpiece. Bask in its muddy glory. Anyways, it is time to fill out the last page in this Strathmore watercolor sketchbook. I've had this with me since the start of this channel. One of my earliest videos was filmed in this sketchbook. Here, let me find that. Yeah, here it is. So, the fact that I have one more page to fill, and then this sketchbook is done. It's a massive milestone. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like this. Okay, so before things officially begin, I'd like to mention that I did in fact use the palette cleaning method suggested in the handy little pamphlet. Oh my gosh, huge difference. It worked very well. I was just so happy it worked out so well. I had to tell all of you. I just had to. With that being said, I decided that the colors available, simple yet bright, a fairy dragon would be fun. Besides, I wanted the last painting in this book to be a good one. Seriously, I love this watercolor sketchbook to bits, and I have not been able to find another one like it. Ever have that one thing that just lifts your mood every time you bring it out? If so, feel free to share below. For me, it was this particular watercolor book. It's kind of a bittersweet moment that I am doing the final piece in it. Like, because it means, hey, I did it, I completed it! But it also means that I completed it. Like, I can't go back and do anything more in it. It's done. So, there's that. Like I said, bittersweet. Anyways, perhaps it's time I get to the inks and how well they work. The long and short of it is, I liked them. Basic colors can be mixed, thus expanding your palette. And mix well, these inks do. If you prefer a thicker, opaque foundation, just use the ink straight up. For a more transparent watercolor-like appearance, dilute with water. Just remember that unlike watercolors, these things do not reconstitute in water once dry. So put ink in your palette sparingly. I really didn't find them too much different from the Bombay India inks. These things were a lot less expensive though. So if you're looking into getting into inks like these, Royal Langnickel may be a great place to start. Very inexpensive and easy to use. Just remember, these inks stain. So just like with the Bombay India ink, take precautions with your workspace. While not the greatest in the world, I find that Royal Langnickel is a good middle-of-the-road brand, similar to King Art in that regard. If you chance upon these inks, consider picking up a set for yourself and trying them out. Seriously, I'd love it if Royal Langnickel came out with another set of these inks. A set of secondary colors like orange, pink, purple, maybe a turquoise. That'd be absolutely amazing. Until then, this set at least provides what you'll need. You just have to play Mixmaster. Alrighty, so overall, these acrylic inks, I enjoyed them just as much as I enjoyed the Bombay inks. They were very similar, but the major difference was the opacity, I think. They went on pretty similar to the Bombay. Again, very similar to watercolor, but they're not reactivated by water. However, you can mix them with water, if that makes sense. Gosh, I hope it does. I have to say that for all of 13 bucks, this was worth it. I enjoyed these. And with the water, it really helps to stretch. I've said this many times. I love water-based media for this reason. Also, last page in this book filled, so yay! And if you've been one of the people sticking around watching me since the beginning, I love you. If you're new and have just joined me on this channel, don't worry, I love you too. And if you want me to love you again, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while we're at it, why not visit my Instagram at SilverHyena Art. Anyways, this is SilverHyena signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye! And boy, do I have some cleanup to do.